In the hushed corridors of St. Mary's Hospital, the soft hum of machines echoed through the quiet ward. It was a place filled with hope and despair, battling each other in a delicate dance. Among the visitors was Clara, a single mother engulfed in her own storm of grief. Her son Ethan lay in a bed, fragile as the morning light filtering through the curtains. Clara hadn't anticipated finding herself here, alone and scared. At 32, she thought she was prepared for life's challenges, but nothing could have prepared her for the sight of her son, pale and connected to an array of machines that seemed to be breathing for him. The world outside seemed to carry on. Children laughed, couples strolled in parks, but Clara was trapped in an endless cycle of worry. Every day felt like a lifetime. She sat at Ethan's bedside, clutching his small hand, whispering stories from their life before the diagnosis. A life filled with laughter, adventure, and dreams of the future. "You're going to be strong, buddy. Remember when we climbed that hill? You were so brave," she would say. Although the tightening in her chest told her the truth, she was terrified. As days turned into weeks, the hospital walls became a second home, and Clara found herself longing for escape, even just a moment outside. But fear held her captive. Fear that the outside world would remind her of the life she might never have again. One evening, as dusk settled, she noticed an old photograph on the bedside. Ethan's first day of kindergarten. He wore a huge grin, clutching a drawing of their family. Clara would often stare at it, letting the memory flood her with both warmth and sorrow. But that evening was different. The hospital door creaked open, and in stepped a figure she hadn't expected to see, her estranged brother, David. Clara felt a quick jolt of resistance. They hadn't spoken in years, their relationship shattered by a bitter argument over family obligations after their parents passed. Now, here he was, a reminder of her past and the pain they had both tried to forget. "Clara," he began, his voice shaking just slightly, "I came as soon as I heard about Ethan." She felt a rush of anger and sadness ripple through her. How could he just show up after all this time? "You're not welcome here," she snapped, but she could see the hurt in his eyes. David stepped forward, his gaze lingering on Ethan before returning to Clara. "I know I've messed up, but I want to help. You can't do this alone." Clara felt a tumult of emotions fighting for dominance, betrayal, resentment, but also an unexpected glimmer of longing for connection. Every fiber of her being screamed to push him away, to protect the vulnerable heart she had pieced back together all these years. But there was something about his presence, a silent promise of support that made her pause. In that moment, beneath the harsh fluorescent lights, a fragile understanding sparked between them. "Why now?" she finally asked, her voice barely above a whisper. David took a deep breath, his own eyes glistening. "Because I'm sorry. I didn't realize how much I needed you until it was too late, and I've been carrying that guilt every day since. I want to be here for you, and for Ethan. Please let me." As Clara looked into his earnest eyes, she felt the weight of their shared pain. They had both suffered from the loss of their parents, but they had also lost each other. In that hospital room, the courage to forgive began to blossom within her. It wasn't easy, but she understood that holding on to resentment was a heavy burden, one she no longer needed to carry. With a trembling sigh, she took a step closer. "Okay, let's try. For Ethan." And as they began to talk, slowly unraveling the years of silence, Clara felt a warmth envelop her, a newfound strength ignited by the courage to heal. In that quiet ward, amidst the backdrop of beeping machines and the gentle rustle of nurses passing by, Clara learned that courage isn't just the absence of fear, it's the willingness to confront it. The lesson was clear. Sometimes the hidden courage to forgive can illuminate even the darkest paths. Forgiveness wasn't about erasing the past, but allowing room for new beginnings, for healing together.